Hey guys, so today I'm going to, as you know already, tell my birth story. Ignore my hair. I can't be asked to do anything with it today, so it's just left how I woke up. So I know, lazy, but yeah. So this video is just going to be me explaining how long my labour was, what pain relief I had, and all that sort of stuff. So let's just go on with that. On the 13th of April, at 9:10, half 10 maybe, I was on call to my boyfriend and I was going to go to sleep because I normally go to sleep on call to him if he never stayed round. And obviously it was a night he wasn't staying round. So, yeah. I started getting pains. I didn't really think much of them. And then they just kept coming. So if you hear that noise, it's just Esme making noises in her sleep. I think she might be waking up in a minute. So where was I? In pains, and they kept coming and going, and I kept going back and forward to the toilet. I was going I went to the toilet, came back, laid in bed. I needed to go back up, go back to the toilet, and it was just, yeah, I basically was on the toilet for ages. And then my pains got worse, so my boyfriend came around. We went to the hospital and they checked to see if I was dilated, and I was 2 centimeters dilated, so they sent me home, which was annoying because I didn't want to go home. So we got home around 11, 12, because I had to stay there for a little bit, but it wasn't that long because they just had to check everything. Got back home, about 10-20 minutes later, my contractions started getting really bad and I was basically screaming. So we stayed home for a while and they were still continuing, and they got closer and closer. They were 3 minutes apart or whatever. And at this time my mum was also here because she came with me the first time, but we dropped her off and then came back here. But then my granddad had to pick her back up because they were getting worse, and yeah. And also at this time my boyfriend also went back home, but he came back as well. So it was kind of a bit of waiting. So I was in more pain. But yeah. 20 minutes after, and we went back to the hospital, and then they did keep me in overnight, and I didn't have anything to eat that day, nothing at all. And my boyfriend stayed with me. It got to around 6ish, and I was still getting the contractions, and then they checked how far dilated I was, and I was around about 4 centimeters. So they took me in to the birthing room, and they put the monitor thing on my stomach to keep an eye on our heart beat and my contractions. So yeah, I was in labour for 9 hours, in active labour for 9 hours, and it was really painful. I was supposed to have the birthing pool, but I decided to have the epidural, so yeah. I was on gas and air for ages. I used it through the whole thing. and my boyfriend was with me. And because of the coronavirus, I was only allowed one person in with me. Because my boyfriend suffers with autism and that, he was getting panicky, so he couldn't really handle it. So he went outside with his mum and my mum, and lucky enough they let my mum come in, so she was with me for the birth. And obviously by the time she came in, I already had the epidural done, so I wasn't really in as bad pain, but I was still in pain. So I'm trying to think what I've missed out. Anyway, so after like, I want to say 20 minutes, but I swear it was longer. I was still in a lot of pain, and I was still taking the gas and air. And the midwife said I can push if I feel like I need to push. So I did. And it was painful. I'm not gonna lie, painful. And it took me a while. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to push, but it wasn't ages. It was quite quick, but it took me a while. And there was a stage where I thought I couldn't do it at all, because I don't like pain. I can't stick pain, so I thought I couldn't do it in that, if that makes sense. So yeah, my mum was at the top with me, and I had 2 midwives in the room helping me give birth. My waters had to get broken. My waters didn't break naturally. They had to get broken. And it took, I don't know how many pushes it took. To be honest, I can't tell you a number because I can't really guess. I keep saying it's probably really annoying. So yeah, like I was saying, my mum was at the top with me, but as soon as the midwife saw the head and mentioned the word hair, my mum went at the bottom. And my mum's never been in a room with someone giving birth, or seen anyone give birth, so she really wanted to be in with me. So yeah. So once the midwife mentioned the word hair, she was straight down and was watching the rest from down there. I ended up with dissolvable stitches. I don't know what tear I had, and I had a few grazes. And let me tell you now, going for a pee with them sting like a bitch. Okay, stings. I can't remember how much blood I lost. I think it was like half a litre. I don't really know. Can't get my word on that. Can't remember. But Esme was born on the 14th of April 2020 at 3:56, weighing 7.2 £. And all the appointments I had about her growth, and they thought she'd be like £5 something. It was a real big shock for her to be 7.2 £. So it was like, oh my god, like, that's big from what they thought she would be. After I gave birth, my mum was with me for about 20 minutes after, and then she went home, and me and Esme stayed in the hospital overnight, because obviously, because I had the epidural, I had to stay in 12 hours after, so we stayed in overnight. It wasn't too bad, but I was hoping to go home around 10 in the morning, but you know, went home around 3-4 in the afternoon. So yeah. I'm trying to think about what happened. But during the whole coronavirus situation, the hospitals do help quite a lot. And Esme's farting in our sleep. I might cut that out. I don't know if I'm going to cut that out. If you can hear a fart, then, you know. But yeah, the hospitals are really supportive. I had lovely midwives. Really lovely midwives. They offered me food after, like, some toast. Because, like, I was a bit dehydrated and that because I wouldn't really drink. And I kept being sick after birth. I was keep throwing up. Wasn't nice. But I was a bit dehydrated. The after birth pains, they feel like contractions, man. Not as bad as contractions, but they feel like, they still feel like contractions. But yeah, it's 100% worth, like, she is worth it. And I don't care what people want to say about the age that I had her. Because I know how to look after her. I bring her up. I haven't gave her to someone else to take on. She stays with me in my room when I sleep and she sleeps there. So, yeah. I've probably missed out some details or stuff in this story. Yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment and subscribe, and ask some questions or something. Comment video ideas down below, because, you know, it's good to know what you guys want me to post. And if you ask questions, I can do a Q&A video. So yeah, bye.